Hi everyone, my name's Ivory. Welcome to episode 13 of Journal in January, and this is going to be page 11. Now, this page is called A Rainy Night in Georgia because when we landed, we were greeted with lots and lots of rain. I think I mentioned yesterday that we flew through a storm, and this is the storm, and boy was it a storm. It was like being home from home. So my photo to some isn't the most exciting. I've said this before in the different pages as we go along. Some of my photos you might think, God, that's a bit boring, Anne-Marie. Or you might think, well, yeah, I agree, it's part of your story, which it is. And I'm trying to kind of like, not prove, but show you that you can journal anything. If it's a memory of yours, you can journal it. Whether you write it down or you use a photo to help or you make a photo journal or just a written journal or a planner, you can do just about whatever you want. If there's something there that gives you a memory, journal it. We're also not sticking just to one brand for this. We're using lots of different items. Everything I do use, I shall put in a detailed list on my blog with each episode, but we're building up a very long list for the end when we go through the journal and we go page to page. You can always contact me through my blog or through Facebook, which, if you have a question, are the best methods to use. Because if you ask a question on YouTube, which I'm still finding people do, I can't reply to you, and it makes it look like I'm being rude, and I'm not. I do read all your messages, and I love hearing from you. And I love the fact that you're enjoying all the videos, and that kind of like makes it all worthwhile to me because I love making them. So to hear that you enjoy watching them, that's fantastic. So our page today, Rainy Night in Georgia. Now we're building our scrapbook, our journal up into a momentous journal, and it will tell our story. Now, I say our story because I know it's my story, but if you're following me, you might be thinking, you know what, I'm going to make a page a day as well. And then that way we're building a journal together, because I like the fact that when I'm doing the videos and I'm talking to you, you are the only person that's watching, because I'm just, doing it for my friend. And that's you, sat there. And you can, the only, what is it they say? The only limit is your imagination. Something along those lines. You're capable of absolutely anything and everything. And I just hope I can inspire you to do something with that anything and everything. Now, I'm going to mat and layer my photo onto cardstock, and it's cardstock from the Griffin Perfect Palette range, and I'm simply positioning my photo through the centre of the square that I've cut. My photo was 4 inches square, and the square that I cut was 4.5 inches to give it that quarter of an inch around the edge. Now, I've not stuck that on very straight, but you know what? My photo won't be straight, so that works quite well. Now, as I want to say, boring as that photo is, there isn't a great deal of embellishments that I have for A Rainy Night in Georgia. But that line is a classic line from a song. So what I've done is I've printed the song off onto Ivory cardstock. Now, I've been able to print it off because I'm not selling this. It's not something I'm mass producing. It's for me, it's for personal use. It isn't even that I'm giving it to anybody. So I've printed it off, and it's just on Ivory cardstock, and I've torn the edge. And I just want to show you about tearing the edge. Because if you tear an edge towards you, and I'm going to use this piece of card, we're going to be using this cardstock with this. If you tear a piece of card towards you, you get the centre of the card. So you get an uneven, torn edge. If you tear away from you, the edge you have, she says, you see this bit here, the edge is underneath. So you kind of like, and you know what, I think I've confused you. So you're tearing away from you, then the edge is underneath, but tear towards you and the fine edge is there. It'll make sense when you try it. Anyway, we'll go back to our journaling. What do I know? So I've torn a piece of cardstock from the Griffin range, and it was, I'm going to put the details on my blog because yet again I've sat down and my mind's just gone, uh-oh. So I'm going to put all the details on the blog. I know it's not available anymore, but it just works so well with this page. So I've torn a base for the song, and I've also torn just a couple of pieces for where our photo's going to go. And it's a really, really simple page. Now I'm going to do the song side first. I'm going to add the song to the cardstock like that. Very simple. Had flat tape on the back of the song that I'd copied out. And then I'm going to add some string. So it's just, do they call it butcher's twine? Something like that. So I'm just going to cut a section off, and I've actually got some tape just on the back of this corner just to hold my twine in place before I remove all the rest of the tape. So I'm simply going to add the twine around the edge. I'm going to just add a double knot, and like so, there we go, and pull it tight. Now the tape on the back will hold it in place, and it's just an added embellishment to our page, just something a little bit different. See how the tape will hold that in place. Now I've got extra tape at the bottom because I didn't know whether I was going to do that at the top or the bottom, to tell you the truth. And then I can add the song lyrics and our page to one side, and then we can look at the other side. So I've got the matching cardstock. I'm trying to call it Americano. I've torn 3 sides and left one side straight, and I've done exactly the same for this piece as well. So we've got 3 sides torn. No, sorry, we've got one side torn on this side, and taking it just to the edge of the journal like that. And that builds the background up for us, so you can see how it's just going to match so well, this page. So we've got our photo, and on the back I've got double-sided tape. I'm going to peel the tape away, but I've got a giant cardboard paper clip. Now this is from it was a Sizzix die, and it's quite an old one, and I just thought, oh, you know what, that would work really well on our photo. It would just give it an added something. Does that make sense? And I'm thinking if we place it about there, and if I put it on Because I did say I was going to put it on crooked. Put it on like that, I think. And then I've already made a sentiment. So it says, well, hello Atlanta, how nice to meet you. Because obviously it was my first trip to Atlanta. So it was nice to finally get there. And I think my sentiments will look great at the bottom. I've added a little bit of the twine to it as well. Now I'm just simply going to add a little bit of our washi tape as well to this page. I do like the washi tape, and if you think I've used it too much, I think there's a reason behind that. Washi tape comes in all shapes, colours and sizes. It is I want to say the word cheap, and obviously when you're filming you're not supposed to use the word cheap, but it is. If you are economically challenged, there you go. If you've got no money, no brass, washi tape is, well, £1, £2, so it's $1, maybe $2, and you can use it to embellish so many different things because of all the different styles that it comes in. Now, I've seen collections of washi tape that are just like, wow, how much washi tape? And it's kind of like, I can see their point now. Now this one, I've just remembered, because it says Seafarer on it, so it's just reminded me of an Anna Griffin designer collection. And it says Land and Sea. Well, obviously it's in red, white and blue, and it just works. It just works so well with what we're using it for. And when I bought it, I was thinking of the Stars and Stripes with the red, white and blue theme. And I'm just so glad that I did get it, because I think it's just a great addition to my stash. You can cut it or you can tear it. It's completely up to you. And it just adds, you don't have to use lots of it, but it just works as an embellishment on its own, really. Now that is our page finished, and I think that looks great. We haven't added lots and lots of journaling. We've added the basics. We've got the song that goes with the photo, and you know what? As I said, I always wanted to use that line, "A rainy night in Georgia," and it just worked for me. And I know when we landed, and I just thought, oh, that's just my luck, I'm going to be able to say that line. So it was kind of funny, really. But for me, that page, it sums it up. It sums up how I felt. I was happy to be there, and it had been a long day. And that's kind of like the end of our journey pages. So tomorrow for episode 14, we've got preparation for the event. So I do hope you can join me. I hope you're enjoying my mini-series as much as I'm enjoying creating it for you. So I'd just like to say thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you tomorrow.